Hey, IDS 410. Welcome to Module 5. It is Sunday, what is this, March 30th, around 11 in the morning. And I wanted to raise some key points to help you out in Module 5 as you get started on that. I haven't had a chance to go through your Module 4 lit reviews, of course, but we'll get to that tomorrow and Tuesday. For Module 5, there's some important readings and videos to determine the elements needed to implement an action plan and to analyze the elements of an action plan. So an important thing is, choosing an action to take, okay? Read that section. I'm not going to go through it. You can read it. And take a look at that. There's 2 readings plus 1 optional on interdisciplinary studies. Let's see. Okay, so here the discussion board. Briefly describe the social issue and strategy that you are preparing a plan for in this project. That's worth 75 points. Don't let the discussion board slack off. And remember, you only have 2 more weeks before the whole thing is due. And it won't surprise me if you were to say that this is the longest paper I've had to write in college. It happens, I'll have people submitting papers that are, 10 to 20 pages. But remember, we're doing this piece by piece. The social issue and strategy. Now, there might be questions about an aspect of your issue and a strategy. So let's take a look at that and break it down by an example. Think of an example. Hurry. Okay. The social issue, let's say, I'm trying not to get too provocative. I want to get something kind of, whatever. Okay. Let's just say gun control. That's not provocative, right? That's the social issue. An aspect of it would be, how do we make guns safer? A gun is inherently not safe, but how do you make gun owners, gun users, the gun industry more safe? I guess that's an issue with it, an aspect of it. You could look at, aspects of it, including, are we looking at the Second Amendment the way it was intended back in the 1700s or whatever? Are we those are different aspects of it, different aspects of compliance to certain things, interagency, sharing of information, different aspects, okay? The strategy then could be, how would we get, one strategy could be, how can you get manufacturers and maybe the gun industry to embrace something like fingerprint technology on a trigger for the owner alone? I'd grab my phone, but that's what you're looking at. I'm looking at right now. Of course, my phone recognizes my face. Phones recognize thumbprints. We can have that technology in guns, can't we? And it doesn't, I don't believe it infringes on the ownership of it, does it? Again, I'm just raising the strategy that I would have would be, how do we get that type of thing going? Would it have to be legislation, of course? Would it be voluntary? Would we have to get gun owners to get on board? So there would be a strategy how we get that done, okay? Let's look at another one. Let's talk about community garden, okay? Community garden, I want to make a community garden. So that's the issue. One aspect of it is getting the community on board, that they want this, right? How do we do that? Strategy, well, let's have a community meeting. And to find out, determining what you'll need on this would be to go to that community, find a community center that might be available in a school, in a library, anywhere. Is it available? How much does it cost? Can we get it for free? Flyers printed, put them in stores, word of mouth, talking to the people in a neighborhood, engaging with people, finding out things, having a meeting what do you got there? You got donuts or something? Can you get the bakery to donate something with advertisement? How about drinks, coffee? How about water, pop, whatever? Planning these things, red Solo cups, right? I mean, planning on how you're going to actually engage the community in this situation. Your engagement style. You be like the master of ceremonies, and then you'll have maybe an agriculture, gardening expert, someone who can demonstrate. You might have your, PowerPoint, maybe a video. You'll have maybe a guest speaker from another community that did this. So you see, you just work your way into it, critical thinking, take each layer to what it means to get it done. And your engagement style, you're identifying conditions, communities for your action. Make sure you use subheadings in your discussion board. It's fine. Don't just jam it all in. Because if I'm scoring on 7 different things, it'd be nice to see 7 different subheadings. Excuse me, that's my yawn. That's my yawn for the day. There's some thoughts on activism here. There's a reading on principles of community engagement, and also why action needs compassion. It's not really a word we're seeing a lot of, action, right now. The interdisciplinary studies in the Commons Library Guide. Okay, so remember, for your post, you're gonna, discussion board, you're gonna, it's a group thing again, same group you had last time, so please participate. You're gonna describe the social issues and strategies you have. You're gonna explain a process. You're gonna identify the kinds of resources. You're gonna look at the benefit, the outcomes. If those are separate criteria, then keep them separate criteria, okay? That's great, all right? Let's see, 6-7 minutes we're on. I think, okay, remember to continue working on your project. If you have any questions or concerns, you know how to get a hold of me. Many of you do, please. I tell you to watch the videos, but if you got this far, you're already doing that, I guess, right? So I think that you know where I'm going on this here, and some of these things are self-evident. But again, if you have any questions, if you're spinning your wheels at all, let me know, all right? And remember, it's 75 points. It's 3/4 of a grade level. I need to see more than just a short paragraph, okay? That's about it. That's all I got. I posted a lot of good things last week in terms of sources and credibility and vetting, and please take a look at that if you haven't already, all right? So that's it. I'm having some dark roast coffee that I just arrived from Colombia, and it's very good. All right, peace. Have a great week.